चलो शुरू करते हैं। तो पिछली बार हमने क्या क्या देखा? फर्स्ट क्लास में हमने बार ग्राफ देखा। तो बार ग्राफ में हमने देखा कि स्केल कैसे चूज करते हैं बार ग्राफ में, ठीक है। और बार ग्राफ में कैसे हम बार की विड्थ सेम रखते हैं, हाइट अलग अलग होती है, विड्थ सेम होती है, ये हमने देखा। और दो बार्स के बीच में हमेशा गैप होती है, राइट। नेक्स्ट हमने देखा हिस्टोग्राम। तो हिस्टोग्राम हमने क्या देखा कि क्लास इंटरवल्स जो है वो हमेशा कंटिन्यूअस होने चाहिए, राइट, ऑलवेज कंटिन्यूअस, राइट। एंड देन दूसरा क्या देखा हमने कि क्लास इंटरवल कंटिन्यूअस होना चाहिए और क्लास साइज जो है वो सेम होना चाहिए, है ना। तो इसके लिए हमने एक हिस्टोग्राम का टाइप देखा। दूसरा देखा कि ऐसे क्लास इंटरवल्स जिसके क्लास साइजेस जो होते वो अलग अलग थे। So what we did was we adjusted the frequency of such class intervals and then we plotted the histogram. Adjustment of frequencies of the class intervals. ठीक है, तो दो टाइप के हिस्टोग्राम हमने देखे। अब लास्ट पार्ट जो है इस चैप्टर का वो है फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन। तो अब हम फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन ड्रॉ करेंगे। ओके, सबको सुनाई दे रहा है? मेरा आवाज सुनाई दे रही है? यस, हेलो, हेलो, मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है? स्क्रीन दिख रही है सबको?
यस मैम।
ओके गुड। तो मैंने सिर्फ रिवाइज किया कि पिछले दो क्लासेस में हमने क्या किया। अब ये लास्ट पार्ट है जो कि है फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन। तो फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन जो है वो हम दो मेथड से ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। पहले देखते हुए है कि फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन का मतलब क्या है, ठीक है। अभी फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन जो है उसमें पॉलीगॉन आ रहा है। पॉलीगॉन मतलब क्या होता है? एक क्लोज फिगर, राइट। सो क्लोज फिगर, सो ये हमने क्लोज फिगर बहुत सारे क्वाड्रिलेटरल्स है, हेक्सागोन है, पेंटागोन है, ये सारे हमने क्लोज फिगर्स देखे हैं, राइट। तो फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन मतलब जब हम क्लास इंटरवल्स के फ्रीक्वेंसीज ज्वाइन करके एक पॉलीगॉन बनाते हैं उसे हम फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन कहते हैं। तो ये कैसे कर सकते हैं? तो फर्स्ट मेथड में हम क्या करेंगे कि हिस्टोग्राम हमने जो ड्रॉ किया है, जैसे कि ये हिस्टोग्राम है, ओके। तो व्हाट वी विल डू इज वी विल ज्वाइन द मिड पॉइंट्स ऑफ द क्लास इंटरवल्स लाइक क्लास मार्क्स। तो क्लास मार्क्स क्या होते हैं? क्लास मार्क मतलब to find the class mark what we do is we add the upper limit and the lower limit and we divide the sum by 2. Okay, so we find the midpoint of the class interval, right? So 0 to 10 का midpoint क्या होगा? 5, right? So corresponding frequency is 4. So actually इस point का coordinate क्या हुआ? 5, 4. I hope you are getting it. Yes everyone, I just found the midpoint of this bar, right? The second midpoint is now 0 to 30. So this is actually for, let us draw 0 to 20 and 20 to 30 like this, okay? So it is easier to understand, okay? So here 10 to 20 का midpoint क्या होगा? 15, right? So 15 comma, what is this? 8. Then next is 15 comma, this is 25. 25 comma 8 again, okay. So this is how we go on finding the midpoints. Here it will be 35 comma 6, then again 35 comma, sorry, 45 comma 6. Then the midpoint of this is 30 to 40, 40 to 50, right? Then 50 to 60 midpoint will be 55, right? 55 comma 4. And then what we do is we join the points like this with straight lines, huh? With a ruler you will have to do this. Do this with a ruler. Once we do that, now see here we have joined it. But ये polygon इसको बोल सकते हैं क्या हम? जैसे कि मैंने इसका नाम दे दिया A, ये हो गया B, C, okay, D, E, F and G. दिस इज नॉट अ पॉलीगॉन बिकॉज इट इज नॉट अ क्लोज फिगर. ये ऐसा बना है, देखो ये ऐसा बना है, इसे हमें क्लोज करना होगा. तो हम क्लोज कैसे करेंगे? विल टेक हेल्प ऑफ द एक्स एक्सिस. व्हाट वी डू इज we take an imaginary class interval after the last class interval. Last class interval is 50 to 60. So after that class interval is 60 to 70. So we take the class mark of that, which will be 65. So 65 comma 0. So we are actually assuming a class interval with a frequency 0, which is actually fair, isn't it? We are not adding some information which is not true, isn't it? There is a class interval 60 to 70 which has frequency 0. It means there are no observations in this class interval. Okay, so it is fair, right, to take such a class interval. So we do that. We take the class mark of this class interval. Frequency is 0, right? So the point will be on x-axis. And we join it. So this is closed from this side. Now to close from the other side, what we do is, now in this case, we will have to extend the x-axis on the negative side. Because the first class interval is 0 to 10. So the class interval before this will be 0 to minus 10. Uska class mark kya hoga? Minus 5. Right? So this will be minus 5 comma 0. And we join this. And now this has become a polygon. Right? Because this is a closed figure. Okay? So I will revise the steps what we have done. Okay? What we did was, we first found out the class marks or the midpoints of the, first is finding the midpoints of the bars, right? That is the histogram bars, right? The second thing is joining them with straight lines, right? The third point, which is very important, to close the polygon, what we do is, we take an imaginary class interval before the first class interval, before the first class interval and the last class interval, and we take the class mark of that. So 65 comma 0 and minus 5 comma 0, we closed it. Okay, and this is how your frequency polygon is formed. Understood? Okay, anyone who has not understood how to draw a frequency polygon when a histogram is already given to you, or once you have drawn the histogram, how to draw a frequency polygon? Anyone who has not understood this? Okay, so I take it as you have understood. Okay, let's go for the next part, which is method 2. What we do is, here we draw the frequency polygon from scratch. We are not going to use the histogram. Okay, we are going to draw the frequency polygon right from scratch. Okay, एकदम शुरुआत से. Okay, तो अभी पहला क्या करना है हमें, जैसे हमने ऊपर किया था वैसे ही करना है. फर्स्ट स्टेप इज टू फाइंड द क्लास मार्क. ओके, सो फर्स्ट स्टेप, find class marks. So if you are with me, I'm giving you a minute to find the class marks of the class intervals. Please do that if you remember the formula. What is the class mark of the class 0 to 10? Anyone?
Ma'am, 5.
Correct.
5.
Correct. 5. Right? So the class mark will be 0 plus 10 divided by 2, which is 5. 10 to 20 का क्या आएगा class mark? 15. Right?
15.
20. Correct. 20 to 30 का क्या आएगा? It will
20.
be, yes, 25.
20.
Right? Then 35. This will be 45. And this will be 55. But do you remember what I said? We need to close the polygon, right? So what we have to do is, we will have to add. So आप जब एग्जाम में लिखोगे तब आपको क्या करना होगा, आपको ये पूरा क्लास इंटरवल पहले से लिखना होगा. तो मैं यहाँ पे आपके लिए लिखती हूँ भी. ठीक है, what I will do is, I will add a class interval before this class interval. So the first class interval that I will have is minus 10 to 0 with frequency 0. Got it? class intervals, frequency. Okay, and then class mark. आप भी मेरे साथ लिख सकते हो. So let's write this, and then next will be 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. That is the last class interval. And I will have to add one more class interval again at the end. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll write it with a different ink so that you will remember it later also. So 60 to 70 जो है वो मैंने अपने आप add किया है, and with that will be with frequency 0. Okay, frequency will be 0. This also I will write with a different thing so that you remember that we have added it, okay, to close the polygon. So minus 10 to 0 with frequency 0. Okay, and now we will find the class marks. अभी यहाँ इसके frequencies लिख लेते हैं. 5, 2, 8, 1. Did I miss any class interval? 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. 10 to 20 का 5, 20 to 30 का 2, 30 to 40 का, अच्छा 0 to 10 I have not written. Okay, let me write that. I have to add that. This will be 0 to 10. I will add it here. Sorry, I will have to rewrite this because I missed one class interval. Okay, anyway. So this will be 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and 50 to 60. And the last class interval that we need to add, which is 60 to 70 with frequency 0. चलो अभी ये 5, 2, 8, 1, 4 and 6. ओके, अभी क्लास मार्क निकालना है. तो इसका क्लास मार्क क्या होगा? -5, राइट? अपर लिमिट प्लस लोअर लिमिट divided by 2 is your class mark. Okay, now this will be 5, then 15, 25, 35, 45, 55 and 65. Okay, and now you'll write the coordinates that you're going to plot. Always remember that the frequency will be the y coordinate. Okay, and the class mark will be your x coordinate on the graph paper. Are you getting it? So लिखते वक्त हम हमेशा x coordinate पहले लिखते हैं. So this will be -5, 0. This will be 5, 5, 15, 2, 25, 8, then 35, 1, then 45, 4, 55, 6 and 65, 0. We are going to plot these points on the graph paper. Okay? You got it till here? So in the exam, this table will be given to you, and this is the table that you need to make. Okay? You need to create. And then after this, with the help of this, okay, with these coordinates, you will plot the frequency polygon. Chalo. So let us plot this now. Now I don't need the original data, so I'm just moving away from that. Okay. So now x-axis and y-axis, and now we need to decide the scale, right? So पहले हम x-axis, y-axis निकाल लेते हैं. X-axis, then y-axis. I hope all of you are with me. आप ड्रॉ कर रहे हो मेरे साथ? Y-axis लिख लो यहाँ पे, ये y-axis है. So this is y-axis. This is x-axis, right? And now on the x-axis we have the class marks. Whenever we draw the frequency polygon, we have on the x-axis the class marks, and on the y-axis we always have the frequency. Okay, that's why it is called a frequency polygon. अभी scale क्या लेंगे? Any thoughts? What should be the scale? Scale on x-axis तो आपको पता है क्या होनी चाहिए, जो कि क्लास साइज है ना? इसमें क्लास साइज क्या है? 10. So on scale on x-axis will be 1 centimeter is equal to 10 whatever the unit is. Okay, what was the unit? What is I don't know, I don't remember the unit. What was the unit here? What is the data about? I don't think there is anything written here. Age. Okay, so it will be years, right? So on x-axis, x-axis we have 1 centimeter is equal to 10 years, right? And on y-axis, what do we have? On y-axis, now look at the maximum frequency. It is 8, right? So we can easily start from 0, isn't it? Now here we also need to have the negative axis, because we need to have a point on negative axis also, right? So this is our origin, then this is 10. So this will be, now if you want, you can take 2 centimeter equal to 10 units also, if you want. Okay, that can also be done. So if you want, we can change the scale to 2 centimeters is equal to 10 years, if you want it to be very clear. So what I'll do is 0, then this will be 10, this will be 20, this will be 30, 40, 50, 60, and this is 70, right? And then on the negative axis also, this is minus 10. So class marks कहाँ आएंगे? Class marks आएंगे 5, this will be minus 5, then this will be 15, 25, 35, 45, 55 and 65. ठीक है? And on y-axis, maximum frequency is 8. So let us take x on y-axis. The scale will be 1 centimeter is equal to 1 student, isn't it? So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, let us plot the points now. Very simple. So the first point will be minus 5 comma 0 here. Okay, so let us write the coordinates minus 5 comma 0. Second point will be 5 comma 5. So 5 comma 5 here. B 5 comma 5. Okay, please stop me if you have not understood a particular step. Please let me know. Next is 15 comma 2. So 15 comma 2 is here. This will be 15 comma 2. Let us name the point as C. Next is 25 comma 8. 25 comma 8. So here 25 comma 8. 35 comma 1. 35 comma 1. So here 35 comma 1. Next 45 comma 4. 4 is here. So I'll write this as 45 comma 4, right? And C A B C, this will be D E F, right? Next is 55 comma 6. 6 कहाँ है? यहाँ पे, right? Let me use a different ink so that it is distinctly seen. This will be 55 comma 6 and the point is G. Then 65 comma 0. So here it will be 65 comma 0, point is H. अभी हमें इसको स्ट्रेट लाइन से ज्वाइन करना है, तो हम ज्वाइन करते हैं अभी. चलो, let us join it using a straight line. So we start from here, A, B, right? Then C, D, E, say I'm joining it with a straight line. Use a ruler. Okay, then F, G and H. So you can see that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is a closed figure, and hence we can call it, see here, A and G, A and H, close the figure, right? So this is a frequency polygon, okay, required frequency polygon. So let us write here. So you should write it below the graph. Here I'm writing it here that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is the required frequency polygon. I hope this is clear. Please let me know if anyone has any difficulty. कुछ है? जितेश, सार्थक, नैशा, खुश. Anyone has any difficulty? Please let me know.
No.
No? Okay, good. चलो और एक फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन ड्रॉ करते हैं और बाद में थोड़ा रिवाइज करेंगे. अभी ये आपका टेक्स्ट बुक एग्जाम्पल है. यहाँ पे आपको 2 फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन एक ही ग्राफ पेपर पे ड्रॉ करने हैं. ओके, so as I said, first we have to take care of the data. Okay, पहले टेबल ड्रॉ करेंगे. अभी यहाँ पे ये जो क्लास इंटरवल्स है ये कंटिन्यूस नहीं है, तो हम पहले कंटिन्यूस करेंगे बिकॉज दैट इज अ थिंग दैट वी फॉलो. एक्चुअली जब हम क्लास मार्क्स यूज करते हैं तो ज़रूरत नहीं होती है कंटिन्यूस करने की, फिर भी लेकिन आपके टेक्स्ट बुक्स में दिया है इसलिए हम करेंगे. ठीक है, सो फर्स्ट द क्लास इंटरवल्स आर नॉट कंटिन्यूस, सो लेट अस मेक देम कंटिन्यूस. ओके, चलो. So let us make the table now. Here number of balls, that is class intervals. Okay, so it will be now, see, you can see that here it is, the difference between 6 and 7 is 1. Okay, so 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So what we do is we subtract 0.5 from the lower limit and we add 0.5 to the upper limit. Okay, to make the class intervals continuous. Last time हमने ये किया था. Okay, तो चलो अभी ये करते हैं. So हमें अभी पहले एक मैं रो छोड़ दे रही हूँ क्योंकि मुझे एक क्लास इंटरवल पहले इसके पहले क्लास इंटरवल के आगे ऐड करना है. So I am leaving one row for that. Okay, and I am writing it here. So 0.5 to 6.5. I have subtracted 0.5 from the lower limit, added 0.5 to the upper limit, and I'm going to go on doing this for all the upper limits and lower limits. So let us start. 6.5 to 12.5, 12.5 to 18.5, 18.5 to 24.5, 24.5 to 30.5, 30.5 to what is it, 36.5, 36.5 to 42.5. So class size is 6, isn't it? The class size of this class interval of every class interval is 6. 48.5, 48.5 to 54.5, very large data. And then 54.5 to 60.5. Again, I will have to add one class interval at the end, right? So let us now add that class interval. अभी इसके पहले क्या होगा? 6 class size, right? So what we have to do is 0.5 से 6 units पीछे चले जाओ. कितना आएगा? Yes. 0.5 से 0.5 हो गया, राइट? उसके बाद में हमें अगर 0.5 किया तो आ गया 1, राइट? 1 minus 0.5, minus 0.5, then minus 1.5, minus 2.5, minus 3.5, minus 4.5. सो ये क्या हो गया? 1, 2, 3, 4 and minus 5.5, right? Okay, so I will have to go back minus 5.5 to 0.5. ठीक है? So 6.5. Okay, so now here the class mark is, sorry, this is what, minus 5.5, minus 5.5 था ना? Okay, so here the class mark is 3.5. Let me write the class marks now. 3.5, right? 6.5 upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2, right? Or you can just add 6 plus 1, 7 divided by 2, 3.5. Then next will be 9.5, right? Because the class size is 9, difference between the consecutive class marks will also be 6. Okay, next will be 15.5, 21.5, then 27.5 प्लस 6 33.5 प्लस 6 39.5. जो क्लास साइज है वो क्लास मार्क्स में ऐड करते जाओ, राइट? सो यू डोंट हैव टू ऐड अपर लिमिट प्लस लोअर लिमिट एंड देन डिवाइडेड बाय 2 ऑल द टाइम. ओके, फर्स्ट क्लास मार्क निकाल लिया, उसमें क्लास साइज ऐड करते जाओ, राइट? यू विल गेट द consecutive class marks. So plus 6 is 45.5 plus 6 51.5 plus 6 57.5. अभी इसके आगे क्या आएगा? इसके पहला वाला क्या आएगा? इसमें से 6 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो, 6 में से 3.5 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो, क्या आएगा देखो? It will be 2.5. So it will be minus 2.5. I hope everyone has understood this. Okay, the class mark of the first imaginary class interval will be minus 2.5 and it will have frequency 0. अभी last class interval देखते हैं. I will have to add the last class interval 60.5 to 66.5. उसका class mark क्या आएगा? 57 plus 6, 63.5 and frequency will be 0. ठीक है? Now let us write all the other frequencies, team A and team B, right? We will have to write that. So these are class marks, these are frequencies of team A and then team B. So team A में भी आपको 0 ही लिखना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे, राइट? टीम B के लिए भी बाकी की फ्रीक्वेंसीज लिख लेते हैं अभी. चलो, तो 2 1 8 945 945 6 10 6 6 and last is 2. ओके, अभी टीम बी की लिखते हैं. 5 6 2 10 then 5 6 3 4 and 8 and then 10. Okay, now what we will have to do is we have to draw two frequency polygons, isn't it? So we will have two sets of coordinates, okay, that we have to plot. तो यहाँ पे मैं क्या करती हूँ, यहाँ पे लाइन ड्रॉ कर देती हूँ so that it is things are very clear. टेबल अच्छे से बनाना है और लाइन पेज पे, आपके ग्राफ बुक जो होता है उसके लाइन पेज पे बनाते हैं हमेशा टेबल. ओके, ग्राफ पेपर पे सिर्फ ग्राफ ही ड्रॉ करना है आपको. Now let us write the coordinates of team A. Coordinates. So let us write for team A. For team A it will be x coordinate is always the class mark. Remember that, right? And this is the y coordinate. This is also the other y coordinate because you will have to plot two frequency polygons here. Okay, so this is minus 2.5 comma 0. This will be 2 comma 5. Sorry, this will be 3.5 comma 2, then 9.5 comma 1, 15.5 comma 8, then 21.5 comma 9 comma 4, and please write down the remaining. Okay, similarly write for team B also. Okay, I can actually get it right directly from here, but if you write it like this, it is easier to plot. That's why we are writing it. Okay, let us write it. 33.5 comma 6. Next is 39.5 comma 3 comma 33.5 comma 5 and 39.5 comma 6, then 45.5 comma 10, 51.5 comma 6, and 57.5 comma 2, and last is 63.5 comma 0. Similarly you will have to write for team B also. Okay, write for team B. टीम बी का क्या होगा? अगेन माइनस 2.5 कॉमा 0, देन 3.5 कॉमा 5. अभी ये फ्रीक्वेंसी देखनी है, हमें ये वाली फ्रीक्वेंसी देखनी है. 9.5 कॉमा 6, देन 15.5 कॉमा 2, 21.5 कॉमा 10 एंड सो ऑन. प्लीज राइट इट. एंड अभी फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन ड्रॉ करेंगे. फिर से हमें देखना है कि मैक्सिमम फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या है? 10. So it's very easy. Okay, so and so on y-axis our scale will be 1 centimeter is equal to 1. What is the unit of frequency? Runs, right? So on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 run, and on x-axis what do we have? Scale on x-axis, it is always the class size. 1 centimeter is equal to 6 runs, right? The unit of on x-axis is runs, and on y-axis
frequency.
yes, 1 centimeter is equal to maximum frequency क्या है? 10 है, तो 1 centimeter is equal to 1 is it ball, or actually I've done just the opposite. I think it should be, this should be balls, right? 6 balls.
Yes.
1 centimeter is equal to 6 balls, and this is runs. 1 run. Right. Okay. So let us draw the frequency polygons now. Very simple. Last one 57.5 comma 10, and last is 63.5 comma 0. Okay. Chalo. Very simple now. Once we get this, half the job is done, isn't it? It is now just plotting all these points. Chalo. X-axis, y-axis, axis, and 0, right? So now again we will have to extend this x-axis on the negative side also. So let me do that. Okay, so now here we have 0, then next is 3.5, right? 0, then 3.5, then Next is, so we will have to have a crink mark here, isn't it? We need a crink mark here. Crink mark is when we the difference between 0 and 3.5 is 3.5, and after that 3.5 I'm writing 9.5, right? So here this 1 centimeter become means 3.5, and the other centimeter means 6 units. So that doesn't work, and that is why what we do is we use a crink mark. Okay, so we are telling whoever is looking at this is frequency polygon, that this axis is shrunk. Okay, so 0, and we have just put a crink mark here to show uniformity. अभी next जो आएगा वो आएगा 9.5, तो next आएगा 12.5, then not 12.5, sorry, 9.5, then next will be 15.5, then 21.5, then 27.5, 33.5, then 39.5, then 45.5, 51.5, 57.5, and last one 63.5. So on x-axis, y-axis, what do we have? Class marks. Okay, and this is y-axis. On y-axis we have frequency. So frequency is simple, and on this side we have minus 2.5. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9 and this is 10. Let us plot the points now. Now पहला जो frequency polygon है वो मैं different color से कर रही हूँ. तो यहाँ पे this will be the first point for both the frequency polygons. This will be A minus 2.5 comma 0. Okay, so this is A. Next will be B 3.5 comma 2. So this one B. Then C is 9.5 comma 1. Here C. Then D is 15.5 comma 8. Here E is 21.5 comma 9. E. F is 27.5 comma 4. Here F. G is 33.5 comma 5. Here this is point G, right? H is 39.5 comma 6. I 45.5 comma 10. So it will go in this यहाँ पे I. J is 51.5 comma 6. K is 57.5 comma 2 comma 2. So here K, and L is 63.5 comma 0. This is point L. Okay, now let us join it with straight line. स्ट्रेट लाइन से ही ज्वाइन करना है इसे हमेशा. Okay, next is this one. That's it. Okay, so this is your frequency polygon. We'll write here A, B, C, D, EFGHIJKL is the required frequency polygon representing team A. Polygon representing team A, for team A. ओके, तो ये अभी टीम ए हो गया। तो यहाँ पे हमें लिखना पड़ेगा कि ये जो कलर है दिस इज टीम ए। ओके, नाउ लेट अस यूज अनदर कलर फॉर टीम बी। टीम बी के लिए ग्रीन यूज करते, चलो। ओके, लेट अस प्लॉट द पॉइंट्स फर्स्ट। Okay, so now first point is the same. This is the first point for team B also. Okay, then next point is 3.5 comma 5. So 3.5 comma 5 will be here. So let us now use some different letters. I will start with P, or shall I start with KL? So I will write M here, M. Okay, then 9.5 comma 6. Okay, 9.5 comma 6. सो टीम ए ने इन बॉल्स के रेंज में कितने रन बनाए थे? 1 रन बनाया था। लेकिन टीम बी ने देखो परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा था उनका, उन्होंने 6 रन बनाए, है ना। सो वी कैन एक्चुअली डू द कंपैरिजन बाय लुकिंग एट द फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन, ओके, ऑफ बोथ द टीम्स। देन नेक्स्ट इज 15.5 comma 2. So here this is N, this is O, then 21.5 comma 10 यहाँ पे। So team B has performed better, isn't it? P. Then 27.5 comma 5 comma 5. So here Q, this will be Q. Then 33.5 comma 6 6, so यहाँ पे R. Then 39.5 comma 3 here. Then 45.5. So in the latter part टीम बी का परफॉर्मेंस नीचे आ गया देखो, एंड टीम ए हैज परफॉर्म बेटर इन द लास्ट पार्ट। ओके, सो 45.5 comma 4, दिस विल बी आर एस। देन नहीं, दिस इज 39.5 वाला, है ना। अभी 45.5 comma 4, so it will be here T. Then next is 51.5 comma 8. 8 is here U. Then 57.5 comma 10. Okay, here UV, and 63.5 comma 2. Okay, so let us now join these points. Can you see I'm using a different color? Okay, I know this is a bit messy because I have there is a constraint of space here, but it can look pretty on your graph paper if you use different color pencils. Of course, ask your teacher if that is allowed in your school, but I think it is allowed. Okay, graphical representation में color pencils use कर सकते हैं, पेंसिल यूज कर सकते हैं, पेन नहीं, स्केच पेन मत यूज कीजिए। So last one. So here we close the polygon, right? So here we will say that AMN, okay, AMNOPQRSTUV is the required frequency polygon for team B. So we have plotted both the frequency polygons on the same graph paper. Okay. So this finishes the chapter because that is all in this chapter: histogram, bar graph, histogram, and frequency polygon. Okay. So do you have any queries? Anyone has any query?
No, ma'am.
No. So we'll stop today. Okay. Do you want me to take another histogram wala problem, different class of varying class sizes? You want the revision of that? I'll take it as a no. Okay. So let's stop today. Okay. See you tomorrow with a new chapter. Okay. Chalo. Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.